check it out. Now, holy, now, bruh, y'all supposed to be fighting the Prince family, not yourselves. What's going on over here? Now, not the goddamn Migos. No, holy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest, man. Okay? Listen. Don't tell me we got Jay Prince over here doing interviews where he's blaming the whole reason why Takeoff died on the people that Takeoff came with and the Migos. Actually, he's blaming it on a guy named Migo Band, right? And instead of fighting the mob ties and the Prince family, we got Quavo and Offset fighting each other? Nah, hold up, man. This don't sound good. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't hear the news, basically, Quavo was trying to perform at the Grammys, and actually he did perform at the Grammys, but he was trying to perform a song called Without You for a tribute to Takeoff during the Grammys when Offset backstage tried to also take the stage with him, okay? Apparently, Quavo says, nah, bruh, you ain't coming out here. I'm going to do this by my dolly. And essentially a physical altercation actually ensued. Now, again, there's been like, a lot of, bad blood or, they've been beefing. And when I say beefing, I'm talking about brotherly stuff, right? Like, this is not seen eye to eye on from what I'm hearing, small things. And here's the worst part about it, right? Because I've heard from this whole little feud that pretty much Takeoff's kind of really always been in the middle. Like, he really was always in the middle. Not picking either side, but of course, I mean, you might could say he picked a side because he was doing songs with Quavo, but Takeoff was pretty much having love for both of these individuals. Now we're watching them, get into these altercations. And by the way, I know what some of y'all are saying. Some of these things should remain private, but it's at the Grammys. There's a million cameras. It's a big spectacle. And apparently this was caught or seen backstage. I am hoping for healing for both of these men. I don't think we'll have some type of closure as fans, especially until we see both of these guys unite and do something in the name of Takeoff. And, it's just kind of sad, man, because if you guys ever had like a death in the family, sometimes that death kind of really ruptures even any healing process. Like, life is kind of like a roller coaster when it comes to relationships with people. But when someone dies, sometimes it kind of gives almost nearly an irreparable fracture, or sometimes it brings people closer together. Clearly, the death of Takeoff hasn't brought Quavo and, of course, Offset close enough that they could get past some of these petty differences. And I'm hoping they actually, eventually get past it, because I do know that Offset feels a tremendous amount of guilt. I do know that Quavo feels a tremendous amount of guilt for either their relationship with Takeoff leading up to that situation, or maybe their actions in that particular situation that led up to that situation. So, man, watching these guys, kind of still get into it, it's so sad, man. And we got to get these guys united, man. At least that's what I think that Takeoff would have wanted. Again, we remember the Migos. These guys were more than just a rap group. They were more than just business partners. They were family. It was more of a family-first situation. And now that we lost Takeoff, I think we want to see these two put whatever issues they got behind them. And petty stuff like this, hopefully this is not the norm going into the future. It's grieving time, and sometimes you're going to get into some arguments. But I'm hoping this changes as the months and years happen, okay? Get in comments, like them, subscribe. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Pray for peace, people. I'm out.